Hi, I'm Scott Caple. Today I'm going to show you how I would take this photo of the drawing house and turn it into a Disney-style background. What this is really serving as is initial reference, for the design that we're about to do. This piece has been photographed in such a way that if I were to do it directly from this, I'm going to be forced to use one-point perspective. Now, one-point perspective tends to be a bit formal. It introduces a lot of things like where you're forced to retain things like, you can see there are a lot of parallel lines, for example, there and there and there and there. And in a drawing, sometimes that can become maybe not so desirable. Or other planes, in the picture, the perspective creates like a lot of rather extreme convergence. There can be a lot of, maybe long unbroken lines, which you may have to, which of course we'll solve with composition. So the first thing I will do is start doing some thumbnailing. The initial step of the process really in coming up with any design, rough thinking or rough drawing, which will force you to do some drawing that have you make some decisions. Now, I've done a few thumbnails based on my reference. What I did was pretty much, as I said, just an exploration of the reference itself. So pretty much a straight ahead drawing, trying to capture what was going on there in terms of, large shapes, the basic elements of the composition, the basic elements of the architecture in the house. But I wasn't really happy with that. So in terms of let's say a final piece, I tried a second one, starting to interpret the reference a little bit. So I've moved the house a little bit off to one side, which takes a little bit of the the symmetry away from the piece, which helps us a little bit because now we've got the composition a bit offset. And also I decided, since this is a piece that's supposed to incorporate a character, is a piece of design for an animated scene, that I would try and incorporate the character into this sketch, and that had a bearing on the composition, right? Then we do a third one, which we push it even further. In fact, I've even changed the perspective this time. I've decided that I want to get away from one-point perspective. I feel that the emotion of the piece that I want here, I want it to be a little bit more inviting, a little more appealing. Decided to kind of try and show a little bit more of the house, like down the side. So I've moved the VP off, to a certain degree. And then the next thing I would do would be to, in the final, I will then take it to the point where I'll probably try and stick to this, but I will, because I'm fairly happy with the basic, sizes, shapes, placement, etc., and the beginnings of, my so-called caricature. But I'm going to add some more stuff to it.